Hey Ernie, it's Steve. Well, let's start first of all with the types of sites that are within Masher. Um, you're familiar with WordPress sites, so that's pretty easy. But the Masher sites themselves are kind of a unique thing. Basically, we have 37 total credits or something like that. And those credits allow one site per credit. And they're a pay once for life. And Wayne maintains them. They can be as big as they can get, which is great because um, it comes down to growing more pages equals more potential advertising dollars, and so it's good for them. It's good for us. They're really fast. They're hosted on um, a a top line system out there. I don't know if it's Amazon A3 or what, but I do know that they're using a high end commercial system for them. So they load quick and all that type of thing, which is all the things that we need sites to be. They're automatically, of course, resize for various mediums. They're fully responsive, and it's a great site. So let's talk about the types of sites first of all. Just a quick review of those. So these are the ones that they put together for us, plus one that we did as kind of a time of just learning, and then and this one's only partially done actually, and then there's one that I started in here, a link pin site called Power Tool Supply Direct, um, which needs some. This is a site that you feed your sites to. It's like a it's like a Pinterest site, but you're feeding your sites to it. So let's just look at these just a little bit here. Um, the types of site we have these news board sites, and Man Stuff News is a good example of a news board. We also have two others down here, Outdoor Newswire and Bridal Wedding Newswire. Both are pretty good examples of general news board sites. So the thing that makes a news board site is it's basically got three featured pieces here at the top, and then below that we have a whole bunch of um, videos. Oops, I looked at the wrong one. Um, we have the three pieces, and then we have a whole bunch of the stories down here. So, what's good and bad about these? Well, in general, these are pretty good. Um, he's pulling, I think, the images from the blogs that he is interacting with. I'm guessing. I'm guessing these are not images that he has, but they could be because this is a pretty dated image. I find it hard to believe that somebody writing a blog article would be using that image, unless it's like um, showing that they, bought a cheap mobile home and are enjoying the world of RVing. That's kind of an aged one too, but these others look fairly new and shiny, and seems like um, they're probably articles that are getting traction based upon um, their own images, and the images tend to match. So I don't see anything that's showing like this here, best RV trip from Phoenix. I mean, that's a map, but that is Phoenix. So I think that I think in general this is a real story here. Now here's the thing: whatever's going on here on this site, by the way, it's not enough. It needs to be pushing more into this system. And I'm just, going to refresh here on the main screen. Um, Another thing that I see that I don't like is there's all this casino stuff in here. And I don't know what's driving the casino stuff, but we got to get rid of it. It's just terrible. Um, I see some stuff too, like, this is like Chinese stuff. I don't know where it came from. There's stuff with no image. Um, so that type of thing does concern me. Uh, I'm not as concerned at the moment um, about things like scopes and knives and even a couple of gun things, but I'm not a big fan of the gun stuff. But it's less concerning to me that that's on here than the casino stuff. So casino stuff needs to definitely go. We need to look at a couple of these articles as to what's driving them and what's going on here, that type of thing, because we don't want that. This type of thing we just got to get rid of. But it's broken into categories, so let's look at our categories. This menu is just a shortened version of what you think the main categories are on a website. But the real menu is over here, so we have camping, survivalist, hunting, fishing. All right, but we also have exploring, hiking. There's privacy policy and terms and conditions. So this is really the full menu here. And these are the types of stories that we should be pulling in here constantly, including the exploring one, even though it's not on the menu. We need to have, stuff going on for it. Looks the same, actually, as some of the other stuff that we've seen. Hiking. Let's see. Yeah, hiking's okay. Hiking looks pretty good. But all of these, it's like they quit posting. So that's the next thing. We need to get it to where it's posting again. But this is before I get too far off a track here. This is a typical news board site. There were two different versions of news board sites, by the way, and we'll look at a different version here. I don't know if these other sites have the different version. Let's take a look. No. And this is my preferred version. I like it because it's an endless scroll. I think some of the same problems exist. Same image. So I think it's pulling from an image pack. Holly jolly Christmas party ideas on it. Here's a beach thing. I have a, maybe? Maybe it is. I don't know. How to make your own iced cookies. That doesn't seem to match, right? Spill the tea. I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we're inserting our own images into this one, because things don't seem to match. And then here we have this couple again, and I know they're down the page here. There they are. So yeah, and it's different titles. So I'm pretty sure we're pulling image packs here, and some of it just doesn't line up. So something to look at regarding this, but it's got the same type of problem. First of all, we have the big menu here. In this one, maybe we go to wedding ideas, wedding planner, bridal party, wedding venues. All right, so it's possible that the feed is just shut off for this, but it's also possible we need to do some work on images and what's happening here. Okay, so, but this is a style that I do like. I don't know why it's not adding to itself. I think this one probably not adding to itself right now. So there's something going on here. They're shut off. Maybe we reached some maximum number of posts or something. It could be that Damon just left it shut off after he made them, because that was his way, and then I was supposed to start him back up. I don't know. Man Stuff News is another one. Yeah, it's using this version I liked better as well. So, yeah, this looks pretty normal. It looks like the images match. So, I think we're pulling images for this one. Rather than an image pack, we're pulling them from the blogs that we're curating content from. Um, yeah, this looks pretty good actually. I really like this. Um, I'm not super big on the gun stuff. That's crossbows. Here we go. Here's a gun. I'm not super big on the gun stuff, but it's okay in this setting, I think. Um, I would prefer, I think, to make a guns type of website rather than mix it into Man Stuff News. Um, Man K's Backyard Grilling DIY Project, Weekend Warriors, Advice from Dad, Beard Grooming, TV shows. Yeah, I'm guessing it's under Weekend Warriors. It's probably where the gun stuff is. So we've got a feed in here that's hunting related and not the greatest for this site. But maybe it's okay. I don't know. I'm not ready to remove it yet. I just am saying I have my doubts on the gun stuff, um, especially in light of what's going on in society. But if it's going to work anywhere, it's going to work on something like Man Stuff News. So these are all, back to the dialogue here, these are all news board sites. It's this type of site that I really like. And then we have video view sites. The video view sites, Alaska Vid, Fly Fishing Vid, these are a little bit different. And we have a video view site down here, Wellness Vid. Let's look at those. So the Wellness Vid was definitely one of the older ones we did. And it's not even done. It was part of a 1 hour long direct training he did with me, and he just threw this together literally in an hour. But the lower sections aren't even finished yet. There should be not only this, but you should have these, and you should have some more featured images, and then more blog stories down here. And something like Alaska Vid, it's the whole thing, right? This one he did in its entirety, and he got different items on here. And I'm not sure oil production, that doesn't make sense to me to have that as part of this. I think rather than oil production, I would maybe change that to gold, hobby as gold mining or something, but anyway, these are featured, and then you've got images. These are all videos now, mind you. You've got all these videos right here, and the images are good and match because we're using their image that they had for the thumbnail. So all of that's good. And then we have more featured images that are on here. And then we go into the most popular, and there's 2 or 3 of those. So this is what a fully done video news site looks like when it's all said and done. And that's what needs to happen to the wellness vid here. And then fly fishing videos, I think it's pretty much been done as well. I do think there's better ones that we could. Some of these are okay, but maybe they're good. I don't know. I'd have to look at them. This seems too out of focus. We ought to be able to get a better lead story here for that. But I think that there's a lot of good info here. But it's a good blog. He made it, and it's just not growing. That's the problem. Well, no, I will take that back. August 8th. So he's got this one set to post a couple of them a day, it looks like. So we are getting more and more here. And this probably would be endless. There's probably an awful lot of stories on it now. It goes way, way back. So, yeah, this is nice. Okay. So this is the video sites. The video sites, are really pretty easy to find great video channels to draw from. This is different. This is YouTube video, and we're picking up YouTube videos to draw from and put into our blogs. And I have tools for finding videos, which are really useful, and it helps us find great video feeds. But it's pretty easy just to go out and begin, Googling YouTube, searching on YouTube, and finding great feeds and stuff too. So the video sites, I think it's really pretty fast to do those, and it works pretty well. He always likes these fails because he feels like that's one of them that people like to see is people that did something that didn't work. So I think that maybe he's right. I don't know. So we have the wellness vid needs to be completed. Let's talk about the wellness vid a little bit. The menu is exercise, mind, relationships, and food. And what I was really thinking was kind of the self-help area. He found this Project School Wellness thing here, which is okay. It's definitely good enough to be down inside here. But to me, this isn't a compelling first glance at a website. This real estate's too important, and I think there's other stuff that could make better, that could be better. And you see these all stopped posting back in February, it looks like. So this definitely needs work. But the idea with this is that this would be like general exercise. The mind area was more of the mental health, arena, and self-help type of thing. Mental health and self-help. Relationships was that's a mental health area as well, but it's more building strong relationships, not just marriages, but relationships between people and family members and community, and just all that type of thing was to go in there. And then food, of course, was to be all about cooking and good wellness type of food issues. So they have, I think that's one that needs some real work here. The wrong stuff is showing up here. It's not really cooking videos and things like that. So what I was looking for here was to get into good for you food and cooking videos, things that people would want to see. So, and you have different types of food videos, and maybe this should be a drop down menu. We should hit like paleo, we should hit like vegetarian, we should hit like 2 or 3 other popular diet formats that are out there, and then I think this would be a lot better. So that's part of Wellness Vid that needs to change. The fly fishing videos, these are okay. The destinations, I don't know what we have. I don't know why. Montana. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So the destinations are generally good. Fly fishing fails were good. The tips, yeah, I think so. I think these are alright as well. So I think maybe just a little work on which images we're putting into these very prime spots. Are they the best ones? Yeah, these are all decent. That's all good. Otherwise, I think this is looking pretty decent. I think there could be some other areas here, though. Like we could have a menu item for fly tying, for tying your own flies and fly tying patterns and all that type of stuff. We could drop in there. That's a big piece of this. And then I think we could have one for fly fishing equipment, being the rods, reels, things that people buy, and be picking up videos like, product comparison videos and things like that. So that's an area that I think could make this one better. And then on the Alaska vid, that's a pretty stunning image. This has a pretty young woman on it. It's compelling. These look okay. They're alright. This one, maybe, I don't know, it's okay. I think all of that is alright. It's okay. I guess okay. Yeah, those featured are pretty good. And then these look alright, so I think those are alright. As far as the menu, we have tourism, cruises, hunting and fishing, wildlife, living in Alaska, oil production. I just don't really feel like that one makes much sense. Hunting and fishing, tourism, hunting and fishing. So there's maybe those come at it from different angles. I think Welsh production should just go. I don't see a reason that should be on here. There's got to be something better. Let's put it that way. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's hobbyist tourism for gold. Tourism for gold prospecting. Maybe it's something else in here. Maybe it's just adventures or something, and we've come up with great adventure story videos. This one deserves more attention to flesh out whatever that should be. I'm just not sure about the oil production piece of it. In general, though, it's a good site and pretty decent. So let's go back to the Newswire sites. If anything with these, I think what we're really missing is looking at where we're drawing the images from, and then also, especially if we're using an image pack, because the image packs may just not match the story. So it's possible. And then getting them back online so that they're posting like they should be. Yeah, same here. This one's the one with the image pack issues. And Man Stuff News is pretty good, I think. It's alright. There's a couple of stories I wanted to say on one of the Man Stuff News ones where a bunch of the images were blank. I don't remember which one it was. Let's go back to the root page and take a look. So I thought it was down a ways. So it might be some stories to look into getting rid of. Yeah, here we go. Or to put an image with them. Something happened with those. I don't know what, but we didn't end up with an image. But this site looks pretty good. I like it. I think we also, anytime we're using somebody else's content, which is all of these sites, including someone else's pictures, we need to have the attribution, make sure that we're doing attributions and leading, showing where it came from. We're not necessarily leading back to their site with a click. Let's just take a look here at what he did. So this leads back to Man Stuff News. Yeah, see, we're providing an attribution, It's not a live link though. And that's what I want. I want an attribution, but I don't want a live link. And so this would be the kind of thing that we want to do, is to put information on here, but not have a live link that goes back to them. And I'm not so sure that we want to have the entire article. We need to look at if there's a way that, like, this article could be like ... and like the last paragraphs just removed, because we want to have enough here that people take a look at it. I'm not sure about that. Let's leave that alone. But this is the type of thing we want to see. We always want to see the attribution. All right, so that's important. Okay, so that's those types of sites and what I see with them that I want you to dig into. Lastly, we have a couple of link pin sites, and so there's a link pin site that is set up for the Power Tool Supply Direct. There's nothing on this yet. There's nothing there. But this Wedding Gifts We Love, this is one I can visit the site, and we can just take a look at it. What? It's not liking what I did. Response we can't be called back on. Alright, so Wedding Gifts We Love. Let's just type it in. So this is a link pin type of site. You can see it's very much like a Pinterest site. I think here we may be using an image pack or something. I'm seeing the same image over and over and over. Yeah, that I don't like. And I would also think a lot of these pictures just suck. They're terrible. Something needs to be worked on with this. It's just really not doing it. We shouldn't have nearly as many faces. We should have items in here, the type of gifts that they're talking about. I think this must be some kind of an image pack he's using that's really quite terrible. But you get the idea. The idea is that there is a big long list of Pinterest-like pins that people can scroll through, and it's just endless. But what the deal should be is these pins, most of them should be coming from our own sites. So the Wedding Gifts We Love should be coming from other wedding gift sites that we have, all right, which we didn't have, which maybe is why this is so bad. But that's what should happen. Now he's got bridal parties, newlywed ideas, wedding videos, and wedding gifts. Let's see what happens when I go to wedding gifts. Yeah, still the same terrible images. Yeah, this site is really kind of a train wreck. But in fairness, what we need is probably more good stuff. Like, this is a train wreck too, because we've got this duplicate image issue going on here on this site. So Um, we'll need to do work in the wedding niche. The wedding niche is the last one I want to work on. For to begin with, I want to work on like wellness and this type of thing, and fix a couple of issues on these other ones. And then we'll come back to the wedding gifts. But you get the idea of what type of a site it is, um, and so that's the type of site. So this is Pan. The problem with Pan is that you can destroy all these sites. It's got the delete button and all that stuff. So I can't really give you access to Pan. So what I did is I sent you an email with the direct logins to these sites, and it brings you to the same point that just like as if you logged into this screen right here. And so then you've got posts, and I need to log in because I started this yesterday, and now it's wanting me to log in again. So let me go back here, Measure sites. Let's go to Wellness Vid. One click login. That wants me to log back into Measure sites. Okay, so now we'll go to posts. So all of the posts are in here. All of the campaigns are in here. These are categories. Tags, authors, or should be in here. So we've got this one person that's an author. We should get a couple more authors and rotate them. There should be like 2 or 3 that rotate around. Advertising, there's nothing in here. Menu, site setup, spatial scripts. I'm not sure what the spatial scripts are. Social accounts. All the things that you can administer on a site are all right here. Alright, so you can work on the sites by the logins that I sent you, because it's going to bring you to this same page right here, and then you'll be logged in and you can work on it. Okay. All right. So that's the place to start. Let's start with, just for kicks, let's start with trying to work on Wellness Vid here to begin with, and then we'll go back to the Outdoor Newswire, fly fishing videos, and Alaska Vid next, and we'll have at it. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to load up 2 more sites for you to begin working on in here, and the DIY sites, and so you'll have those you can begin building out as well. We'll want to soon get good at these, because we'll want to begin trying to kick one of them out pretty quickly. Damon can do these in 2 hours, 3 hours. I think we can get to the point that we can kick a great site out in a day. And tuning and developing 100 great sites that all have thousands of pages is, where we want to be heading. I'm also going to fire up 2 WordPress sites with the Zox theme, and you can go to work on those. I'm looking at the domains that I have and what I can do with these. So anyway, we'll get it done. Sorry for the rambling. I'm going to turn this off and let it encode. You can go through it and make yourself a list of bullet points for each site. That, study each site, make a list of the bullet points based upon the ideas that I saw and things that you see, and then dig into it and figure out what's going on. And then let's get this one more fully built out and get the food sites and just the overall feeds that he's using and stuff. Let's just go through this and just try to make it better. It's not bad. This is not bad. It just needs to be better. That's the main thing. And the food page shouldn't have hack your brain. I mean, something's weird here with these feeds that are showing up here under food. And food probably needs more sub-menu items like vegetarian, paleo. I'm trying to think of other diets at the moment. They're not popping out of my head, but, there's other diets, just good for you food, whatever. All right. Thanks.